Eerie Fox Dan, and I'm playing Football Manager 2023 with a sadly fairly accurate depiction of myself as the manager here. Just got to load in, because this is one of the biggest selling, most popular games, certainly in the UK, perhaps in Europe, maybe not so much in North America. But it is a fine experience on the Steam Deck. I wouldn't get into the tight end of the season on it, but it's definitely playable. If you're away from your PC and, for example, like lunch times, whatever, you want to have a go, just progress your season a little bit, it's definitely an option. So I have put in 252 hours onto this current iteration of Football Manager 2023. Might actually not be the most current iteration, might be 2024 now. There will be 2024, yes. So on 2023, I put in 251.6 hours. And Football Manager 2013, I don't know what I was doing that year, but apparently I was playing Football Manager a lot. 683.4 hours. 2017, 2012, every single Football Manager I have, I've put in over 100 hours. And obviously you've got the ones that were before this, when I was just using discs and didn't have Steam saves. Oh, no, Football Manager 2009, apparently I didn't love that one, only 60 hours on that. Anyway, so here we are in my career mode. It's the year 2051. I'm playing as Ibiza. I'm near the top end of the La Liga, sorry. However, there's a lot of unlicensed teams in here. So Real Sociedad or Real San Sebastian for some reason. But yeah, I've set up a per game profile on here, and also my control settings. I've done a sort of custom one here where I think I based it on an existing one, but actually, is this my settings? Or is this a community layout? Yeah, no, this is my edited layout. So we have got, you can use your mouse trackpad. R2 is the left mouse click. L2 is the right mouse click. And you can also click forward. I've got a space bar, which is quite key. The space bar is set as the A button, which is the best way. So you can progress the game by either clicking next unread with the trigger or the trackpad. So next unread, next unread, next unread, or pressing A, which is a space button, which progresses you a little bit further forward. It progresses you in a different way, as Football Manager experienced players will know. You can go through articles with either clicking through or pressing space, and space has a lot of other functions. But yeah, I find this control scheme quite helpful, quite useful. I've just been on holiday because I'm not expecting to win the league this season, but my team's doing quite well, so I've just been, simulating quite a lot. Okay. Now we have got this on per game profile. I've set it to 45 frames. I mean, this sort of game is not really relevant. I've not set a TDP limit because this game relies a lot on processing power. So you could do a TDP limit. It just means your progress, because everything is simulated, everything is, I guess, sort of procedurally generated, I suppose. It's all based on the maths of what you've done before, but it's lower processing power means you'll just take ages to go through the game. So next on red, next on red, next on red. My next game is in 2 weeks' time, so I'm going to simulate towards that. And when I do so, you'll also be able to see, just do check the contracts, see if anybody is going to be poached around my nose. Well, that was not what I was doing. So contract. So I've got this guy here, who I've given my name, who is given a cool name. He is out of contract in the summer, so I'm going to offer him a contract. Because he's my top dog, I'm not even going to worry about negotiating. I'm a La Liga club, I can afford to pay these ridiculous fees. There we go. Tied him down a bit. So now I'm going to then simulate the game. As you see, these controls are fairly straightforward. I'll set it to my next match actually. Go on holiday. Now it's going to simulate the game, which means it's just going to go through everything and bring me up till I'm at my next match. This will take a little while. It gives me a chance to talk a bit more about Football Manager. So I've loved this game for years. I was into Championship Manager first, and I think it might have been about 2005, 2007 kind of time when it changed over. And I love all the stories behind it, and you can sort of create your own tale, your own legacy in it. I have so many memories of times where I took, for example, Concord Rangers, who are the second biggest club on Canvey Island, which is a small little Thames estuary island, I believe. I took them all the way to the Premier League, and then I took them to winning the Champions League, the Premier League, the Club World Championship, FA Cup and League Cup, all in the same season. And just so many sort of randomly generated players that who've just been insanely good, and they've created a mark on me. The players that have just sort of appeared, just randomly generated, just become a regen, as they call them. I had a player called Calvin Gilligan, who was a Welsh striker, who was an absolute legend. My favourite striker of all time was a guy called Ferran Parra, who was a Spanish striker, who finished his career with something like 186 goals in 205 international appearances for Spain. And he generated in... which club did I have at the time? I can't even remember which club it was. There's more about Ferran. He generated in one of my clubs. I chucked him to the first team at 14 and a half years old, and he scored something like 20 goals in La Liga in the first season. So it's now saving the game. We'll say things like character models. There's a lot of work can be done on the 3D side of Football Manager, and this is why I only buy the game every couple of years, because essentially each year there's sort of small updates, new player rosters, everybody, your new squad in, but it's not really massive, like mind-blowing iterations. It's just, they've tweaked this, they made this a bit better, made this a bit more immersive. But if you buy it every 2 years, you get a bit more time to enjoy that particular one. I'd say I played 250 hours on this so far. Get a bit more time with each version, and you also get to appreciate a few more improvements, because it's been a couple of years since the last one you had. But they brought in the 3D match engine, what say, about around 2009, 2010 perhaps? I can't be certain, because before that it was these sort of balls going across the pitch, and like everyone was a little doopy. That was all well good, the 2D match engine. I did enjoy that as a classic, and it's nice to wheel it out now and then. But the 3D match engine, I think, came from Virtua Striker, because this is also a Sega owned property. And Virtua Striker that was outdated and outclassed by FIFA and Pro Evo a long time ago. And yeah, it looks cool to see what you guys are doing, and you can sort of like use your imagination to see the cool moves they're doing in the 3D match engine. But they could definitely improve that now. They could, even if they were just pulling out what you'd see in FIFA or Pro Evo like 5-10 years ago, that would still be a huge improvement over what we have. And I appreciate that this game requires a lot of processing power as is, because everything is just, as you can see, I still haven't finished. I'm still 6 days away from my game. It's generated 8 days so far. Obviously on my i9 it would be a lot quicker than this. But yeah, there's a lot of CPU power involved in this game, and just running the, hundreds of leagues, tens of thousands of players, all the possible permutations, what Football Manager has in the back end is incredibly impressive. However, I feel that, and also you can just turn off the 3D. You could have perhaps a 3D match engine and then the 3D enhanced match engine. So you could play the current 3D match engine, and then you could also choose to, if your PC is capable enough, and Steam Deck probably wouldn't be capable enough, but you could choose to have sort of FIFA or FC24 quality graphic gameplay on the PCs which can handle that. Because I know that obviously maths and code is generating this game as it's playing. I know that's why the 3D match engine, it's still doing quite a bit of heavy lifting as it is anyway with that going on. But for people with modern 2024 very powerful rigs, for example, my PC is not a top-end PC. It's a decent one, but I feel like it could handle playing Football Manager with an enhanced 3D match engine. And for people who have older PCs or laptops or just a Steam Deck, give them the option of using the current match engine too. That's fine. But the in-game match engine could be improved, and at this point, it sort of does need to keep people interested. I'm going to pause this video now because we're still. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. You better see the game. So yeah, while we're still loading this, in the comment section, if you could put sort of your favourite Football Manager stories, because that's what I love about Football Manager, is hearing other people's great escapes, unlikely title wins, consecutive promotions, insane wonder kids which have just appeared. And like for myself, I'm a huge Liverpool fan, but I don't enjoy playing this game in the first season, because the first season, the real season's happening too, and you spend the whole time going, oh yeah, but that didn't happen. Oh no, that doesn't seem right. 71% decrease in injuries. Okay. But yeah, if you're playing this in the first season and your team is doing okay in real life, but then you're bottom of the league, you think, oh well, it's not very realistic. Or somebody will sign a player who, I don't know, for example, Man City will sign Messi, and you go, well, actually, I know that Messi actually went to play in the MLS, so that's not very realistic. And then you're playing against Man City and Messi's playing, you're like, oh well, that doesn't really, for me, I like when the current season is playing to just be playing in a league that I don't know or care about. Interesting. So I am going to make an offer for this guy quickly, because when I previously made a query about him, I was told he was going to be about 75 bloody million. And he is a 35-year-old. He's a great, 173 caps for Spain, but he's 35 years old. That's because he's out of contract. That makes sense. I promise you the world. And adjust my wage budget so I can afford him. I can afford him. All right. Because I'm desperate for him. I know he's quite old, but I am desperate for him. I'm going to chuck a lot of money out because I've got a lot in the budget at the moment. Suggestible, blimey. Yeah, okay, no, fair enough. I'll offer you even more. Finalise the terms. Hopefully we'll be getting them. Anyway, I'll ignore all these. Let's just get into the actual game, and you can see the 3D match engine in effect. Oh, saving. Yeah. As I say, it's the stories that I love so much in Football Manager. I want to hear your stories too. And heck, I've even considered at some points making a podcast about Foot Manager. I just tell as if I'm sort of hosting my own press conferences, you know, my post-match press conference. And the thing is, you never know stuff like that. You could get like one viewer going, "Oh, this is terrible. Why have you even bothered doing this?" Or you could get thousands of views. It could be the next cool thing. People watching post-match press conferences, fiction ones for a game that didn't happen on a computer game that they don't own. People could love it. Weirder things have happened. My niece and nephew watch videos of games they've never played in their lives and don't intend to all the time. Apparently that's the cool thing with their kids. I need to pick some subs. Here you can go. Okay, I'm just going to auto-select my subs because, yeah. There we go. Right. Let's do this. Let's do this. The teams are warming up. As you can see, the controls are pretty straightforward. It's not a hugely taxing game. I have no concerns. We'll win this. Here we go. My heroes. Boo, these losers. Right, skip. As you see, graphically, not much is happening. Here we go, 3D match engine. It's a goal. My striker in the 4th minute. Puts us top of the league. Looks like we're going to get another one. We're only in the 14th minute. Absolute predator. Oh, goal line technology says what? It's in. It's in. Yeah. Mayaro is a fox in the box. Met again. Hat trick for Mayaro. What a hero. 3-0. Not even half time yet. Ripping them apart. Deportivo La Coruña. Approaching half time. Is it going to be 4? Is it going to be 4? No. So, we're at half time. I think that's all you guys really need to see. Foot Manager works great on this if you want to play it. Obviously, it's a lot quicker to play on your PC. But yeah, there you go. I've been Eerie Fox Dan. Thank you for watching. And please like, subscribe, leave a comment about Foot Manager. And yeah, I'm on patreon.com/EerieFoxDan. Cheers, thank you, and bye.